It's Wend Wellness workout time, baby! Let's go! How you guys doing today? All right, it's core day and we're doing a little different today. Pure oblique day. So, you know, every once in a while we like to crush just those puppies, right? And today's one of those days. So we're gonna do it a little bit differently in the sense of usually we have a minute in between each round. 3 rounds, 22 seconds for 22 different moves, right? Makes 24 minutes and 12 seconds, but we say 24 for core, right? So it's today going to be no rest in between each round. Now the reason being, we have 11 moves straight for one side of the obliques, then we do the other side, same moves, repeated. Now the other side is going to be resting that whole time, right? So what we'll do is flip right back over, bang it out again, flip over, knock it out again. So you're in and out today. It's going to be quick, right? Aside from the message at the end, because we're going to talk a lot about thiamine. It's super important B vitamin. I mean, doing the research, it's so interesting. And I have a lot of great stuff to share with you guys. So I'm really excited for that. So stay tuned at the end of the workout if you want to hear something about B1 thiamine and its functions in the body. Thanks everyone for tuning in. What's up? Hawkeye Chiropractic. How you guys doing? What up, Hey, Andy Kozak. What's up, Kozak? How you doing, bro? All right, you got about one. Actually, before we do that, I have to demonstrate all the moves. So excited, I was about to start the workout without telling you what we're doing. All right, first up, tuck the shirt in. Second up, a knee pull. So we have our twist hold series first. And what does that mean? We come up, right? And we hold our twist here with this shoulder off, right? So knee pull, knee comes in. And you're making your strongest effort to keep the foot pointed horizontally, right? And not vertically. Knee pull. High scissors we've done. So we'll come reset, we'll twist, hold, and high scissor. Actually with the twist hold, we're gonna go side pose for our high scissor, right? So you can just side pose it. You're kind of 3/4 stance, right? You're not fully like this, nor are you on your back. Right? You're somewhere in the middle on one hip and one butt cheek. High scissors. Right after the high scissor, we'll keep one leg up there and we'll do our single high scissor. Single high scissor. And that leg will stay right there and it's going to be single high O's. Single high circles. Next up, high toe turns. So yep, you guessed it. The leg stays up there. Get a glute med workout too here. The leg stays up there and you're going to come up, twist, and turn the toe down. Turn the toe down. Turn the toe down. And if you're doing that now, you can already probably feel the contraction in your obliques, just twisting your foot like that. Clamshells we've done. So you're up, you're twisting and holding, and you're lifting. Clamshell. Then we'll do it with the knee twist next. So next 22, we'll come up and we'll twist. We'll come up and we'll twist, right? Clamshell knee twist. And it's a knee twist, hold, crunch. So we're going to bring it up, give it that twist, right? We're going to hold here. You're going to come up, keep this shoulder off, and you're gonna crunch, 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 right? Knee twist, hold, crunch. Twist, heel feel, we all know. You got the knee in front, right? Remember, the knee should be around a foot or two in front of your head, right? You don't want it back here because we're gonna touch this heel. So you wanna make yourself twist forward to touch the heel, right? And that's the principle there. So you're coming up, twist, touch the heel. Twist, touch the heel. Twist, heel feel. Knee pull, quad touch. Here's a new one. So what we're going to do here is you're going to come up. You're going to twist. We got our knee pull. We got that. When it comes up, you're going to come down and you're going to try to touch the knee, right? Again, our legs horizontal. You're going to try to touch the knee, but you're going to touch the quad, right? If you can. Like that. knee pull, quad, touch. And last but not least, knee twist, elbow twist. It comes up, right? You got your knee like this. You got your hands behind your head. You're twisting and while this shoulder stays off the whole time, the hip internally, externally rotates. What's up, baby? What up, Ma? What up, Keezy's 1, 2, 3? What up, Anima Zanima, IVFR 16, and Julio? What's up, my brother? Hope you're doing great. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, knee pull quad touch. It's going to be cool. All right. Corky Naomi, you got 1 minute. We'll get kicking it. Again, we're going straight through today. So if you want some water, go get it now. Get your heart. Bring it, right? Let's get ready to go. And I'm going to start with this other side that we didn't just demo. Knee pull first. Pure oblique destruction coming your way. And you're going to come up, twist and hold, and pull that knee. Pull that knee. Try to keep the foot pointed horizontal, right? As much as you can. Do your best. Give me your side pose. Come up. High scissor. You're in that 3/4 stance at a high point. Scissoring back and forth. Feel it already. One comes down, one stays. And it's going back and forth. Nice job, you guys. And leave it up there. And you're going to circle. 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 And now go the other way. Going back. Really trying to keep the foot horizontal as you can. And high toe turn. You're going to come up. You're going to twist, hold. Twist that foot down. Up. Down. The knee can bend a little. That's okay. It's more about the hip motion here. Clamshells. Come up. Twist, hold here. Give me that clamshell. Foot touches. Knee comes up. Woo! Feeling it already. Same thing, but at the top, twist. Twist back down, come down. Now keep it up here, twist it, and you're gonna crunch, crunch, crunch so that this elbow touches this quad. Or at least your adductors. Twist, heel, feel. Come up here, twist, touch your heel, twist, touch your heel. Knees in front of you. Right? Your obliques should be feeling it already, people. Mine are. And reset. You're gonna come up, twist, hold, knee pull, touch that bottom quad. Knee pull, touch that bottom quad. Knee pull, touch. Knee pull, touch. And keep the knee there, hands behind the head. Come up, twist, touch the knee, twist. Twist forward, back. Other side. We got our twist, hold, knee pull first. Come up, twist, hold, knee pull it, people. Give me that side pose. Come up, high scissor. One up there, and scissor, back and forth. Foot horizontally pointed or slightly up at an angle, but not like this, okay? And keep it up there, high circle. Going back. 2, 1, and bring it forward. Nice work. Keep it up there. Come twist, hold. Turn the toe down. Turn the toe down. Up, down. Clamshell's coming. Reset. Come up. Twist, hold it here. Clamshell. Clamshell. Keep this shoulder off. Do your best. Same thing. At the top though, twist that knee, people. Twist it back, come down. Up, twist, twist it back. Woo! Now you're gonna twist it, hold it, crunch, crunch. This elbow touching the inside of your leg, right? Twist, heel, feel. Legs out in front, up. Twist that heel. Twist, touch that heel. Don't twist your heel. Twist and touch your heel. You're going to come up, twist, hold, knee pull, touch that quad. Knee pull, touch that quad. Touch it. Touch it. Keep the leg up there, hands behind the head. Knee twist, elbow twist. Other side again. One down, baby. Good job. Come up, twist, hold, knee pull. You're done with a full circuit already. Great job. We're in and out today. scissor, nice and high. Woo! One leg stays up there. And lean forward a little more. Back and forth. Back and forth. Up and out at that angle. Give me that single high circle. Going back. 2, 1, switch, coming forward, then back. And come up, reset, twist, hold, and turn that toe up and down. And come up, reset, twist, hold, clamshell position, bring the leg up, bring it up. Now, same thing, at the top, twist, twist back, down. Now come up, give me that twist hold, and crunch, crunch. This arm touching this leg. Twist, heel, feel, legs in front. You're twisting, touching that heel. Fight to keep this shoulder off. Do your best. You're gonna come up, twist, hold, knee pull, tap that bottom quad. Knee pull, tap it. Now come up, turn that leg, hold it here, hands behind your head, knee twist, elbow twist. Other side, people. Come up, twist, hold, pull that knee. We're gonna go right into our knee pull, quad tap. So you twist, hold, knee pull, tap, knee pull, tap, tap. Give me a side pose and scissor it, high scissor. Woo! Shark gills, baby. That's what we're gonna get. If we keep doing days like this, holy cannoli. One leg down, you're gonna rock forward a little. One leg scissoring. Good work. leg comes back up. High circle. And the other way. And reset, come up. Twist, hold, bring that leg up. Turn the toe down. Turn it up. Turn it down. Reset. Come up. Twist, hold. Clamshell. And now same thing, come up and twist. Back, up, twist, and back. Twist. You're still keeping this shoulder off. Come on. You got this. Come up, twist, hold it there, and crunch. Crunch, arms are out in front, straight, and this arm is hitting that leg. Reset, twist, heel, feel. Come up, twist, touch your heel. Twist, touch your heel. Reset, come up, twist, hold, bring this knee up, hands behind the head, twist, knee twist, double twist. Last circuit, other side, come up, twist, hold, knee pull. I don't really care what you do with your bottom leg here. Be comfortable. Now keep it a little straight for this one. Because we're going to knee pull, touch that quad. Knee pull, touch it. Side pose, you're coming up, high scissoring. Leave one up there, roll forward a little, hand out. Back and forth. Good job, guys. You're in your last circuit. Let's go. Big oblique day. Big oblique blast. Keep it up there. Circle. Don't let your foot point up like this. All right? Keep it pointing horizontal or up at an angle. Other way. And reset. Come up, twist, hold. Turn that toe up and down. Reset. Come up. Twist, hold. Clamshell. Clamshell.
outside of your booty should be feeling it too. Now come up and twist at the top. Twist back, down. Twist at the top. Twist back, down. Now keep this twist hold. Come up. Twist it. Crunch. Crunch. This elbow touching the inside of that leg up there. All right, as this shoulder's gonna hit, come back up. Twist, heel, feel. Come up. Twist, hold, hands behind. Knee twist, elbow twist. Fight to keep your shoulder off. Other side, last one. Let's go, baby. Up, twist, hold, pull that knee. Bottom leg straight, pull that knee, touch the quad. Keep it under your other leg. So you gotta reach. Side pose, scissor it. Oh my God. One stays up there, you roll forward a little. Back and forth. Keep this arm out here. Makes all the difference. Watch, put it in here. Now put it here. And up. Little circle. Other way. Reach back. Come up. Twist, hold. Leg up. Turn the toe down. Turn it up. Turn it down. Reach back. Come up. Twist, hold. Clamshell. You guys are so close. Good job. We're flying through it today, right? Let's go. Finish strong. Now bring it up. Twist. Back. Down. Up. Twist. Now bring it up, twist, hold here, and crunch. Elbow to the inside. Arm shooting out forward like that, at an angle. Twist, feel. Bottom shoulders off. Knee twist, elbow twist. Bring it up. Hands behind the head. Last one, baby. Let's go. Unreal.
I'm going to give you 1 minute, like 30 seconds. We're going to come back and do some quick, just so that side of the obliques. What's up, Nikki? How you doing, girl? And then there's Nick Comp. What's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Raph? Good to see you on here. I'll give you about 45 seconds or so. We're going to let this side recover because we're going to do something bilateral quick, and we'll be done very shortly. We'll be right. All right. You ready to rock it? So your side should have recovered a little bit by now. We're going to come down, and we're going to do a few hip twisters.
All right. Finish off the obliques. Good. My glutes, my glute meat, man. Jeez.
All right. So I want you to come up.
Keep your shoulders off ever so slightly. Bring the hips off. Twist. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. 8, 9, 10. Keep that butt off and low back. You can cross your legs if you want. Keep going. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 50. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Getting a penguin straight away. 1, 2. We're doing 40 and your day's over. 4, 5, 6, 7. There and back is 1. 9, 10. 30 more. 2, 3, 4. Keep the shoulders off. 6, 7, 8, 9. Halfway there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One for good luck. Good job.
That's oblique obliteration station. Really great job, guys. All right, now get a sip of water. We'll talk about thiamine. All right. Thiamine, B1 on the menu today. So, let's start with the recommended dietary allowance. 1 to 1.5 milligrams per day is what they say is sufficient to meet your needs, nutritious requirement. And there's no TUL, so tolerable upper limit. Tolerable upper intake level is synonymous with tolerable upper limit, right? And they don't have one, so really you can have as much of it as you want per se. You know, not my recommendation, but that's what they say. But I don't think anything's good in copious amounts, right? I mean, that's just how things are. Ubiquitously seen principle throughout everything. So I wouldn't say have too much, but there's no TUL yet established. If we can think about its functions, let's talk about the functions of thiamine. 2 major things. It's huge in the nervous system. First off, massive central and peripheral nervous system, but its control mainly comes from the central nervous system, and that's how it affects the peripheral nervous system. But aside from the nervous system, it's affecting glucose metabolism is huge. The breakdown of sugar, the breakdown of glucose, and glycolysis, right? And we've talked about glycolysis before, and you get 2 pyruvate end products from 1 round of glycolysis, right? Along with 2 ATP and 2 NADH. But we'll talk about the biochemistry another day, because it's really cool and I'd love to. But so you get these 2 pyruvate. Now, they can either go the route where they'll go into the citric acid cycle, right? They'll enter the mitochondrial matrix. They'll go through the Krebs cycle and then the electron transport chain, yada, 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 right? Again, all biochem. But if they don't have thiamine, the pyruvate, instead of doing that, will be fermented. They'll go through fermentation. They can't be used to produce the energy, right? So thiamine is a necessary thing to break down carbs for energy, in essence. And what will happen to that pyruvate is it'll get converted to lactate or lactic acid, right? And we'll talk about lactic acid another day. I know you guys know, I've heard a lot about lactic acid from working out. So one thing, glucose metabolism. And, you know, people with high carb diets, high empty calorie diets, right? You see a lot of these people, they have thiamine deficiency, they're in trouble. They can't break them down. And so 2 of the major causes of thiamine deficiency are having empty calories and high carb and processed carb diets. And we'll talk about the deficiency in a second. But the other thing that thiamine is big for, the nervous system. And it plays an integral role in the autonomic nervous system function, right? So what is autonomic nervous system, right? So let's talk about, first for a second, we're going to talk about some neurons. Take us a minute, all right? And I know a lot of you know this, but it's just, maybe you were taught a different way. So my hand, this is a neuron cell body. This is my neuron. And this is the cell body. And these are dendrites, right? They come off the end and they receive signals, okay? And those signals then go through to the body, and then the signal to the next neuron is transmitted, shot through this long part called the axon, okay? So if the other neuron was here, right before it, because it's a chain in the nerves, there's a chain of neurons that transmit a signal super fast, right? And from this one to this one, how is the signal transmitted? Well, this is our synapse, the space between them, right? And this is our presynaptic neuron and our postsynaptic neuron, right? Makes sense. And the presynaptic neuron goes through many changes, and again, we can get through that another day, but the principle here is it releases neurotransmitters, right? And these little balls, picture floating, they're floating around in the synapse, and they're gonna bind to the dendritic spine's receptors, right? And boom, 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 boom. Now you have these receptors binding these ligands or neurotransmitters, right? And then the signal's transmitted through, shot to the next one. So what happens if there's nothing here? None of these little balls are coming out. None of these neurotransmitters. It doesn't matter how well functioning the neuron itself is. It could be in pristine condition. But it doesn't matter, because if you don't have these little things coming out, the neurons, right, neurotransmitters, you're shit out of luck. And interestingly enough, thiamine aids in the production of those neurotransmitters. So GABA, aspartate, glutamate, to name a few, and probably most importantly, acetylcholine. I'm sure you've all heard of ACH, acetylcholine. And it aids in the production of those, right? Now, it controls, it has much to do with the function, at least, of the autonomic nervous system. So let's talk about what the autonomic nervous system is. Let's break it down. Autonomic. What does that sound like? It sounds like the word automatic, right? Just like automatic. So it's something that, it controls things that automatically happen without you trying, right? So things that you won't consciously do, they're subconscious and they're involuntary, right? So things like breathing, things like your heart rate, sweating. You don't go, I'm gonna sweat right now, you know? You can't, yeah, I'm gonna make my heart beat quicker right now, you know? You don't control that, right? Blood pressure, things like that. So there's 2 portions of your autonomic nervous system with things that function in that uncontrolled, involuntary sense. And they're your sympathetic and parasympathetic divisions. So your sympathetic is your fight or flight, right? That's like something's about to go down, Body's got to be ready, right? Your parasympathetic is rest, digest. You're cool. You're chilling. Parasympathetic, right? So the parasympathetic nervous system, I mean, you talk things like digestion, slow breathing, slower heart rate, right? And what do you think will happen with the sympathetic response in your sympathetic nervous system? Well, if it's fight or flight, what's going to happen to your heart rate if your body thinks it's about to fight for its life, or it has to go chase something, or punch someone, or beat someone, whatever, has to run? That heart rate's going to start going. What's going to happen to your breathing? It's going to become faster because it needs to get more oxygen. We got to feed the muscles. The heart's got to feed the muscles. It's got to feed everything, the peripheral tissue, so we can move. We can go right now. What's going to happen to something like digestion? Well, if you have to fight for your life, are you focused on digesting food? Is peristalsis going to happen, or contractions of your intestines, right, to push food through? No, of course not. Ain't nobody got time for that. We got to fight for our life. It's Chris Tucker might say. So, there's no time for something like that, right? So a sympathetic response is something that puts stress on your body. Because it's like, picture somebody that drives a car, right? And you have this old person that they just take their car once a week to church. It sits in a garage, They take good care of it. They take it to church every Sunday. They drive nice and slow, the speed limit. It's not even a stick. They're just, really relaxed, automatic. Then you got that like 20-year-old kid, like hitting the gas, hitting the brakes, right? That car gets the crap beat out of it, right? And I want you to think of sympathetic nervous system like that. You're putting your body under high duress. It's repetitive. It's hard to do, right? So what do we think? Would you want that more of the time, or would you want the parasympathetic relaxation form most of the time, the guy who drives his car to church on Sundays? We want the parasympathetic form stimulated the vast majority of our day. The vast majority. The sympathetic really is kind of isolated to the time where you're exercising, right? And that's okay, because exercise is healthy physical stress on your body, right? But aside from that, you should be relaxed. What's up, Ann? How you doing? You should be relaxed the vast majority of the rest of the day and have parasympathetic innervation, so you can rest. You can promote proper digestion of food and the release of hormones, right? Because as neurotic as you think, the sympathetic nervous system isn't just stimulated by doing physical work. It's making your body think it has to do physical work. So if you're stressed and you're creating these false stressors, whether it be from impure thoughts or just anxiety or stress at work or whatever, you are going to increase that heart rate, your respiratory rate unnecessarily, right? So a little debriefing, a little brief summary of some simple things in the nervous system, and they had to be formed as a premise here for what we're going to discuss. So it's good we're doing this at the end of the workout, because these are going to come along, but it's fun. So we talked about the functions in the autonomic nervous system and with sugar breakdown. So now let's go through a few things that could happen with a deficiency of thiamine, right? Deficiency in thiamine can lead to dysautonomia. And what does that mean? Well, when you have dis in the beginning as a prefix of a word, it means abnormal functioning, right? Improper, abnormal, whatever, non-correct functioning can be congenital or developed. And autonomia, referring to the autonomic nervous system, which we just thoroughly described, right? What's going on there, right? So abnormal functioning of the autonomic nervous system, dysautonomia. Well, why could that happen? What did we say plays a big role? Ding, ding, thiamine, right? That's one reason, among other reasons it could happen. But now they have dysfunction in their autonomic nervous system, controlling things like blood pressure, like we said, heart rate, sweating, right? Respiratory rate, and rhythm. And so these effects can happen with low thiamine, but they can be reversed with resupplementation of thiamine, right? And reboosting those thiamine levels. So there is turning back. It's okay. It's a common principle. Like changing lifestyle can, if you get too far gone, sometimes it can undo things. But in this case, it can, right? So that's dysautonomia. There's another few disorders related to the autonomic nervous system. SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. So what is that? All right, a kid, a baby, a little baby. It's a really sad thing, actually. they're laying in their crib and they're a seemingly healthy child and they have no health conditions or anything going on. And they wake up the next day, the parents find them in the crib dead. They died overnight. And what happened? Now, they don't know the exact etiology or cause of SIDS at this time, right? But they do speculate that thiamine may play a role, because what did we talk about before? The autonomic nervous system. And thiamine plays an integral role in autonomic respiration at the level of the brainstem, right? So the brainstem, where the cord pretty much meets the brain, going through the foramen magnum, right? And the signal's coming from there, right? And a thiamine deficiency is inhibiting those, okay? And maybe what could that have something to do with? Well, what did we say about parasympathetic innervation? Maybe slow breathing, right? Or breathing in general with sympathetic and parasympathetic, but the point is autonomic controls breathing. Now, what if there's a malfunction in the autonomic nervous system? Maybe while the baby's asleep, they stop to breathe or something, right? And this is something they think might play a role. But again, I'm not saying that's the cause, because it's not said to be the cause, but they do think it might play a strong role, right? It's a complicated thing. They don't know the exact cause of. So SIDS. What else we got? Beriberi, nervous system inflammation and heart failure can cause. There's wet and dry beriberi, but we'll talk about that another day in a pathology week maybe, or month. You can devote a lot of time to pathology. But beriberi, that nervous system, that inflammatory response, and again, the heart rate, right? What did we say? Heart failure. So what? Autonomic nervous system, controlling the heart. There's a reason we explain it first, right? It relates to all this stuff. Another one, Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. When you think of, it's a neurological disorder, okay, affecting the central and peripheral nervous system in Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. And this is most commonly Wernicke-Korsakoff caused by alcoholism. But the major, so listen carefully, Wernicke-Korsakoff is most commonly caused by alcoholism. But the primary thing, the most common thing that thiamine deficiency causes is Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. Okay? But again, Wernicke-Korsakoff is primarily caused by alcoholism, but it's associated with thiamine deficiency, right? As a primary. So, when you think of Wernicke-Korsakoff, I want you to think of somebody who's wasted, drunk, walking around. I'm Wernicke-Korsakoff. My vision's all messed up. I can't remember anything. My coordination and movement are screwed up. That's Wernicke-Korsakoff, 4 big symptoms, right? Messed up movement, coordination, memory, and sight. Maybe we make it fun. You can remember better, right? So we talked about all those major disorders there. Calcium and magnesium play a role in your absorption of thiamine B1, right? So if you have too low calcium, magnesium, even if your thiamine levels, you have ample thiamine levels, right? In the blood, you can't absorb it all, because you need magnesium and calcium as cofactors to aid that, right? And its function. So like we said yesterday, it's not as simple as putting a supplement together with a bunch of all-stars. There's a reason that when you eat the fruit or you eat this food, and you get hydroxytyrosol from olives themselves, for example, instead of taking extracted hydroxytyrosol, it seems to be more potent and work a little bit better. Work the other way, but it seems to work better that way. Why? Well, that's naturally how it is. I mean, there's so much more to it. We don't understand everything about it. We just know it's in that food. But there's so many other things in that food that help it get absorbed, to help it work, and help it move around, or whatever. In simple, right, plain thought, just to make sense of it. Not even in a pure scientific sense, right? It just makes, in a natural sense, it just makes sense, right? So, magnesium and calcium, they can help the absorption of thiamine. Now, there are things that can prevent it or inactivate thiamine, and one of those things are polyphenols due to the overconsumption of coffee and tea. Coffee and tea are not bad for you. They're fine. But like we said, copious amounts of anything can be bad, right? I mean, apparently not thiamine. There's no tolerable upper limit, what they were saying, but, don't quote me on that. But the caffeine in the tea, right? And polyphenols are usually a good thing. When you think polyphenols, I want you to think antioxidants. Pretty much the same thing, in simple, without getting into definitions, right? So they eliminate those free radicals, right? They bind to those free radical and they absorb them, right? So you grade an antioxidant based on its oxygen radical absorbance capacity, or ORAC, right? And the highest one in the world actually right now I think is hydroxytyrosol, which we were just talking about. Just a little fun fact. But in this case, it's not good because they bind to thiamine. And things in thiamine and they inactivate thiamine, right? So too much coffee and tea is not good. It can, even though you have enough thiamine in your body, it can inactivate it. So let's keep that in mind as well. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, last thing. What are the sources? Where can I get this, right? You talked a lot about it, but I don't know what the hell it's in. So when you think of thiamine, I want you to think of meats, healthy meats first, okay? So lean pork, poultry, liver, interestingly enough, and other organ meats. Organ meats sound really nutritious, right? Makes sense. Wheat germs, another one. Fish, nuts, beans, peas, eggs. Surprise, surprise, fish and eggs. They're great for you. I love them. They're a staple in my diet personally. And then I think whole grains, right? So those are a bunch of things that have good amount of thiamine in them. You could take a daily multivitamin as well if you want. That's great too. You know, just because I was saying that it's best to get all these things naturally from food doesn't mean you shouldn't be taking a multivitamin. You should, you know, because we can't get all of this from our diet. We don't have enough time in the day or well-rounded enough diet. So it is good to take a supplement, you know. And that old mantra of, you know, you should get it naturally and you don't need any supplements is kind of outdated because, albeit we should try to do that, you still need them. But that was a lot of fun. Thank you very much. And that's a lot about B1. I hope you learned something today. And, you know, tomorrow we got hit, right? So you get ready for it. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Tuesday. Good night.